Hello, everyone. How's it going today? And welcome back to another Twisted Games video. But this time we're going to take a look over Persona 3 Reload. We're going to review this game. As if you guys missed my live stream, in the description will be the live stream. But you guys do enjoy these type of videos, give each video a like, comment, and subscribe to the channel for more content. We're going to go over key parts of the game. We're going to go over the story, the combat, what you do in daily life, and then the pros and cons, and to give you a review score of what I think what the game is and what it will become in the future. So let's begin with the first part, which is the story. Now, you start the story as your as main protagonist of the game, Makoto Yuki, but you can make his name however you want to. And what you do from that point on is you get transferred to a new school in Gekkoukan High. And because you got transferred to new school in the middle of the night for some reason, you're there at midnight, you transfer schools, you go over and weird things happening. You go to the dorm where you live at. Some weird contract with a little boy. Yeah, that's weird stuff. And then you go and you stay in the dorm, go to school. In your dreams, meet this guy named Igor with a big nose and his assistant Elizabeth. And one night, your dorm gets attacked by some weird thing called shadows. You and a team member of this group inside the dorm go to the rooftop. You get attacked, and then he wakens to his persona, which is Orpheus. Yeah, almost forgot his name. Orpheus. And then you defend off the shadows, and then you go to sleep for a week, and then you return back to the dorm, and the leader of the group, Mitsuru, she goes and asks you to join the group called C's. If you guys don't know what C stands for, it stands for the Specialized Extracurricular Execution Squad. And the main objective in this whole entire squad is to go ahead and defeat the shadows and climb up to, in order to beat the Dark Hour and go into Tartarus, which is revealed is the main school. As you climb through Tartarus in order to go ahead and beat the main shadows of the game. There's 12 of them, and you gotta beat them all in order for the Dark Hour to go away. And that means the main story of the game. I'm trying to reload. Now, what doing this game, first thing I'm going through is the combat. And the combat is different. It's JRPG, which is a turn-based. What you're gonna do, your main whole combat is through Tartarus. Like I explained earlier, you start from floor 1, you keep it going up, 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 until basically get to a wall, and that wall, something like that's all progress to make through Tartarus, and then you go back and you're done with Tartarus. What you can do at Tartarus? Well, the main things you can do within Tartarus is that you can attack with your normal weapon. You can use your persona, which they all have skills. So some personas have a more physical typing move, so use a physical type, or an elemental damage move like a fire, ice, electric, wind, those type of moves. Also, depending on the character you're playing as, or you have in your party, they have different moves. Like for instance, your main character has like a slashing move. Yukari has a bow and arrow, is known as a pierce move, and Akihiko has knuckles, like brass knuckles, and therefore he uses what he calls strike moves. So they all have different moves. It's not underclassified as a one melee move. Of course, what you want to do though is get the battle as quickly as possible. You want to find the opponent weaknesses, because you want to find the opponent weaknesses. You can what you call shift. And now, if you are a person that played Persona 5 Royal or Persona 5 in general, this replaces the baton pass, and its only main difference is in Persona 5. Every time you baton pass, that person who received a baton pass grows stronger. You do more damage via physical, special, move, or magic. And then, if he gets like a 4 times, you don't waste anything, If you max them out, you don't waste a damn thing. This one is, no matter how many times you shift, they don't get powerful unless they get a skill that they'll learn that increases their power. So that's the only main difference between shift and um, baton pass in this regard. Like I said, it does not stack at all. It's actually like a good tweak they made in the game, especially according to um like in Persona 5. I feel like Persona 5 baton pass is overpowered. This one is not overpowered at all unless you learn something that increases your attack power for that much. Also, too, within the combat realm, they add what they call monad doors, which is new with the Persona 3. Basically, at certain floors, when you're going up the Tartarus Tower, they'll highlight a monad door. And basically, what will happen is you go to the monad door, you beat a special harder boss, and reveals everything that happens on that floor, which is any chests and stuff like that that you haven't gotten yet. And then it also reveals the next floor up, all the chests and everything. Only exclusion out of this though is like you on floor, you click the monad door, and the next floor on top is the gatekeeper. That's the only way it doesn't reveal the next floor. And you know that it will tell you. Next floor is a gatekeeper one, which is like their way of adding mini bosses to the game without like overpowering you at once. Another thing they add with the monad doors is that at certain points before you get walled, they add a specialized monad door that has another 3 additional bosses, and you get like stuff in it, which is like tarot cards and reports and other stuff like that. Anytime you play monad door, they have like special things like you can transfigurate items and stuff like that with jewels and other certain items. Another thing you want to do is twilight fragments. These are important to the Tartarus area because instead of having treasure keys, the twilight fragments inside the game allows you to open these locked chests if you have an appropriate one. Well, let's say that you have 2, but at the same time, this particular key box have 3. You can't open it right now, so you have to go back and get twilight fragments. Now, there's a couple of ways to get twilight fragments in this particular game. One of the ways to get twilight fragments in Tartarus is certain floors will randomly pop up as a dark area zone, which basically none of the computer guys can see you during this time frame, but everything that's breakable will serve as twilight fragment. That's one way. Another way is going to involve in daily life. There's also side quests inside Tartarus. There's side quests inside Tartarus, outside Tartarus, but inside Tartarus is usually behind these main guys or collect many treasures. Can you fuse up to a certain level, which you have to increase your level? Stuff like that. I tell you what it comes down to side quests and stuff like that. When you get to the wall, can you get the another like story, like telling you like how Tartarus and everything comes together, stuff like that. Also too, certain points outside of everything, Elizabeth, the person you're talking to, helps make these fusions because their fusions evolve because it's a Persona game. That's how you get more stronger things as you level up. One of the main things with what will tell you was that certain people will wander into Tartarus, and so in order for you to get some things done, you have to like do it. So okay, and it's something that's very important because they actually get your rewards at the end of it once you get done with it on the next day and during the day. Or what happened is like there's one particular way. There's like a link. Actually a couple links sometimes will get involved into wandering in, and therefore you have to like save them for the time, which is the next story mission. So make sure you save those people and stuff like that. But that is the overall combat. Oh, the one other small thing with combat. So a certain floors inside the game, you unlock a special treasure, and at the end of the floor, will unlock this like wheel thing, right? And when you go inside this room, it unlocks some stuff. And what the main thing is help you do is basically a faster grinding way for your teammates. So let's say you're not using a particular teammate throughout the whole entire duration of Tartarus, and you go ahead and you like, okay, so they gain 7 levels. So you pick 2 random people, they gain, and what they do, they'll level up to your level. So let's say you're there's 50, but you're 55, they'll grind up to you immediately to 55, but it doesn't take an effect until you put them in the battle next. And that's how that goes. Um, Also, too, in combat, they added a thing called theurgy, which basically means that when you start playing the story, they give you like these specialized suits. Therefore, theurgy is like more buffed moves and is really overpowered in my opinion. Because let's say an opponent is like, oh, I reflect electric. Well, someone I can use like an electric power move, and I break through the resistance and do massive amount of damage. So theurgy can be broken. Um, in certain situations, it can be certainly be broken. Over your main character, you earn more theurgy by fusing with certain personas. So um, there's that for or sacrificing certain personas in order to get theurgy. Anyways, this is not the point there. But the main point is like daily life, because when you're not combating, you have to do daily life. Now, what's daily life? You go to school. Okay, what do you go to school for? Well, there's 3 things social stats this game around than other games. Because other games is only 5. Even in original Persona 3 games, there's 5 social stats that gets increased. This game is 3. This one has knowledge, um, charm, and courage. It's a leveling up to level 5 in each one. You have to each level up to level 6 in these particular game. And what you do, and it's very important to do this because like when you do take exams, you want to get academics as high as possible in order to get a good grade. And then therefore it raises your charm. Um, and also too, you need higher social stats in order to talk to other people. Some people will not talk to you unless you have a max social stat, or you need a level 2, level 3. So it's very important for you to upgrade these social stats as much as possible, as quickly as possible, and talk to other people, make social links. We evolve to the next point, which is social links. What do they do? Well, they help you fuse personas better. What do you mean by better? Well, a higher social stat, like say my Lover's Arcana is like a level 8, it gives you bonus experience up times basically level 8. But if you don't have a social link that has like anything there, like it's unlocked yet, or you haven't been able to talk to them yet, they don't gain any levels. So basically, like let's say I've used 33, well, yes, therefore that person is at level 33. So it's very important there in order for you to get that part. Make sure you do the social links, and by the time you max them out, you get a special item that allows you to fuse like the most powerful persona of that archon. So you want to get the social links up and running, and of course the end game where you talk to everyone before you like leave and stuff like that. Also, daily life, you work at jobs. There's 3 particular jobs you work at. You get unlocked. You work at the movie theater, you work at a coffee shop, and then you lastly work at this place where it's like Blue V or Blue Vibe, I want to say, where this place you spent time with the teammate of yours, and they allowed to learn a move back that you previously deleted. So that's the place there. They added linked episodes. What are these linked episodes? So if you never played the original Persona 3 games, you could not. There was no social links, so you could not hang out with Junpei, Akihiko, Ken, Shinji, or Koromaru. You cannot social link that with your male teammates. Instead, you can only do the female teammates, and then Persona 3 Portable, if we're the female character, you can only do the opposite. The female character, you can only go with the male guys and not do the females within the group. And this is very important because this adds a little more context to what Akihiko, Junpei, Ken, Koromaru, Shinji, like it adds more story and depth to these guys. And at the end, they give you something to do to max out, um, like their persona arc too. It allows you to fuse anything, something else too. And then side quests, art course, I explained earlier in here. Sometimes when you do these side quests, like you have to feed this cat X amount of time, or if you want something specific, and you go and talk to your team member that has something with that, and you go ahead and you grab it and you take it back to her. And there are times like Lizard wants to like hang out with you, you know, something simple, nice, and also too along with it. I brought about social links earlier. Social links actually allow you. Is the other way allow you to get Twilight fragments. The more social links that you do, when you talk to her, she'll give you X amount of fragments with how many social links you increase up. So it's very important to do social links too for Twilight fragments to help you get important chests inside Tartarus. Now, that's basically daily life. It's basically daily life and stuff like that. And also, that's all combat. So let's talk about the pros and the cons of the game. No, we'll talk about the pros first. One of the main things pros is the quality of life changes. What do you mean by quality of life changes? Well, one of the main quality of life changes in this game, if you have never played Persona 3 FPS, is that you can actually control team party members. I think it's very important for team party member stuff. Because the infamous meme of like Mitsuru doing Mary Karen, it's like, come on, man. Also, too, like the original Persona 3, how the AI works is that if everyone's weak to ice, they'll use like the group ice move. But if it's like, let's say like there's 4 of them, it hits 3 out of 4, that same character would still use a group ice move. So that from that perspective, it's better for you to just control within that aspect of the game. All the quality of life changes to get and borrows from Persona 5 as well. If you go to the tile mount menu and reveal social links that can be used up, it'll tell you if a certain social link can be done that day and whether it can go up or down. So it's very important that on quality of life changes. Another quality of life change, I think it's a good thing is some of the quests is so much easier to be done. And what do you mean by that? Well, in original Persona 3 FPS, if there are like quests you get like, oh, find this particular sword, whatever, and then if you look it up, you're kind of like, damn, it's RNG where and when you get the sword. In this game, it's like, okay, I want a lot of chests in a particular gatekeeper level, which makes it so much easier. Some quests are so much easier to do than other quests and stuff like that. I think those are a few top of my head, the quality of life changes, but there are quality of life changes to the game that makes it a positive. The graphics are updated, so that's positive. Like I said, that linked episodes is a real positive in the game. Another quality of life change, because Persona 3 FPS, I don't know about portable, I've never played portable. But like if you are to a point with a female person that you're romantically involved with them, all the females that you have, they're all angry at you. They will not talk to you, therefore they reverse. They can never talk to them almost never again. So got a quality of life change. It makes it more possible to get like max them out as much as I can. And of course the story is still good. I remember most of the story already for playing personally FPS, even though it's been quite a long time, quite a while. But I still remember the main story of the game and the life lessons it gives you. So that's a good pro there. Now, that may not be like great amount of pros, and we talk more about the cons because there's a lot of cons with this game. One of the things that's a con is hard is still pretty repetitive. Even though I gave you guys the monad doors, twilight fragments, stuff like that. Some changes, tweaks. TARDIS is still pretty repetitive. And it's quite obvious it's still repetitive. But like, why is it repetitive? Because all you're doing is going for you go 4 4 4 4 4. Oh, gatekeeper 4 4 4 4 4. Gatekeeper 4 4 4. Gatekeeper 4 4 4 4 4. Gatekeeper. Oh, blocked. Go back. You're done TARDIS. That's the place of the whole TARDIS thing, you know. And so, and you and this is one of the things I can't blame out. You can't. I know how people want Persona 5 stuff in here, like, oh, use the grappling hook and stuff like that. You can't take out the core aspect of TARDIS, which is going 4 by 4 to get to the next wall. Oh, next story section part 4 4 4. Gatekeeper wall. Okay, you can't. It's monotonous. You cannot break that away. You just can't. It's so repetitive. There's reasons why. And within story, still can't do it. Theurgy is unbalanced. What I mean by this, your main character learns so many theurgy, and anything called characteristics with it, it allows you to upgrade your theurgy so much faster. It really does. So, like, for instance, like your guy, Makoto, he goes ahead and whereas one and gains up quickly is by switching personas during battle, and then also the part 2 is hitting weaknesses, and the more weaknesses he hits, the more faster he gains it. He incurs it so much quicker. So I'll give you his move, right? He learns a move called Scarlet Havoc. And what is this? Well, what this does, it allows you it hits severe damage on everyone in the field and has high chance of crit. I'm pretty sure high chance of, but it hits everyone. Remember what hits everyone severe, and it's so broken. Like some of the Makoto theurgy has, it's so broken and unbalanced. Could be unbalanced what Makoto has. Everyone else is like fine, and some are useless. Like for instance, Mitsuru has like only can target one person during ice, and that's it. And the other one is like targeting one person using massive, but it like even her thing is broken because when it does a massive one, it increases all their stats at the same time. So theurgy can be broken. And like I said, pro tag is just way more broken. Ways to social link is still unbalanced. One of the main things in Persona 4, Persona 5 that they upgraded throughout the years is that you can do your social links with your party team members on days off from school, and you couldn't do that, and you can't do that in Persona 3. So, give an example: Yukari, Fuka, Mitsuru. You cannot do social links with them during like time off. When I mean like the summer break or winter break, you can't social link with them. You only like a few limited amount of people you can social link during those weeks off. And there's another social link where you play with this chick, you play an online MMO with her. She says that she can talk to you, play with you on her days off. Right? On her days off. This particular game, when you have a day off, when it's not like your scheduled Sunday day off, she's still not there. So I think like that type of stuff can be reworked, and where you should be able to hang out with your teammates and during off time when you have scheduled days off. You should be able to. You know, that's a quicker way to do the social links, because you can't hang out with them during like exam time. So they need to find a way to make social links work better in Persona 3. Next thing you do, let's say you max out the social link particular days, or you max out social stats. There's really not much to do in there. you can't, or you can work at a job. That's about it. You can't do anything else during your daytime. So, like, I think daytime stuff can be really boring if you max out every social stat possible. Very boring in that regard. So that is raising the pros and cons. I have the game. It's a lot of stuff that can be worked hard, worked toward, and stuff like that. That Atlus could do a little bit better on within the game. So it's all said and done. When you have a score like this, right? It's a tough score to get. There are pros or cons with the game and stuff like that. I believe, I think I'm giving a fair score. I can't let my love for Persona series go over my head, but I am going to give the score a 7.5 out of 10. I believe that it's a good score. It has a lot of, still has a bunch of issues, and they stayed a little bit too faithful to the game. There's things that say a little bit too faithful to the game, but it does have some nice quality of life changes that help tries to balance things out, and therefore it just needs to be certain regards needs to do better. Other than not, I think if you're a Persona fan, you should play this no matter what. I don't think anyone outside of Persona would enjoy this. Measure Tartarus is not. If this is your first Persona game and you're sick and tired of Tartarus, trust me, Persona 4 and Persona 5 are way better in terms of combat within the game. People should play this because it tells a good, interesting story within the game. But that will conclude today's video. Thank you guys for watching, and hopefully see you guys in the next one. Peace.